today was the day he's supposed to rest, and then he called all of us to come here because he decided to train. My opinion was the best decision. This is the way Mike, handle the things. He's supposed to rest, but he changed the idea, and we are here to push in as much as we can. Excited after the week, and here we are, ready to go, ready to go.
Yes. Low. Yes.
There's something different about the idea of Mike Tyson stepping into a training camp for a fight with Floyd Mayweather Jr., and it's not nostalgia. It's intensity.
Very bad to the body.
You all right, coach?
Mike, now what? Maybe need 10 seconds. Put 10 seconds there. Good shit. That's a good thing. 12 rounds. 12 rounds. 12 rounds. 12 rounds.
This time, it doesn't feel like an exhibition atmosphere. There are no friendly sparring headlines or scripted entertainment vibes. The energy around it feels like real fight preparation.
The idea today was to do 5-6 rounds. Why you gonna do 5-6 if you knock him before? If was the fight was over. The fight was over. Then more you do is just extras. Michael home today, happy, confident, and knock him out. I did my thing. Now you're gonna do conditioning. Can you imagine one more round? You're gonna feel tired, exhausted. No, we did 4, and now we're going to do something extra now.
Come and get me, Mike. Come on. There we go. That's it right there. Perfect. That's one. Good one, Mike. Go. Come and get me, Mike. Let's go. There we go. That's round yet. Yeah. That's round yet. Let's go. Come on, Mike. There we go. Using those legs now. Good. Stay down. Stay down. Low. Stay ready. There we go. Yeah. There we go. Come on, Mike. Yes, sir. Get that ring off. Good. Low. Stay ready. Mike. Stay low. Stay ready. Hey, come on, Mike. There we go. Yes. Yes.
Tyson is working under Rafael Cordero, and that alone changes the entire narrative. Cordero doesn't train fighters for show. He prepares them for controlled destruction.
Mike is excited. He wants to be there. He wants to one more time entertain people. He's a fighter, but he likes to entertain people. And this way he fights for. He fights for all those people that he can see in the street. The people come to him and say, "You are the people's champ." So this is really motivating him to be in the gym from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. every single day.
Shoulders back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Expect the biggest fight of the history. Why? Because we talk about Mike Tyson. We talk about Netflix, live on Netflix, something that never had before. And things like that you just can do with me like Mike Tyson.
The mitt work looks brutal. The combinations are tight, compact, and explosive. That trademark forward pressure Tyson is known for isn't being toned down. It's being refined. You can see the focus in his movement. Less showmanship, more intention. Every punch seems calculated, as if it's designed to close the distance against one of the greatest offensive fighters ever.
Round 1. Oh. Feel. Cut the ring. Exactly. Cut the ring. Exactly. Beautiful. Yes, just like that, Mike Tyson. Excellent, Mike. Excellent, Mike. You break him. Unpredictable. Exactly, Mike. Beautiful. Roll, Mike. Excellent. Excellent. Beautiful. Complete. There's nothing to say. You're complete. Exactly. Just enough. Beautiful roll, Mike. Excellent roll. Excellent defense, champ. This is the perfect head position. This we talk about it. 40 seconds. You are winning the fight, so there's no reason for you to rush. We are winning the fight. All good for us. Clean shot, Mike. Excellent. Nice left hook. Up. We're done. Your job is over. We're done.
On the other side, Floyd Mayweather isn't treating this like a spectacle either. From the training footage, he still moves like time politely asks permission before trying to slow him down. His reflexes remain sharp, his footwork looks effortless, and the speed still snaps like it did during his prime years.
Right hand, hook. Hook here. Hook right hand.
He's drilling defense, timing, and ring control with the same surgical rhythm that made him untouchable for decades. What makes this matchup fascinating is the contrast. Tyson sharpening raw aggression and finishing instinct, while Floyd refined precision, ring IQ, and survival mastery.
Slide and drop. Punch it, point it, here we go. Drop, drop. Walk it, walk it, walk it. Pitch it. 6, 6. Punch it. Pitch it. Watch it. I step back like I have my distance. That's why I step. See, I have my distance. Fighters don't know their distance. You gotta know your distance.
One fighter is preparing to unleash pressure and power under elite guidance. The other continues polishing a style built on discipline and near-flawless execution. If both men truly step into the ring without holding back, it wouldn't just feel like a nostalgic throwback. It would look like two timeless fighting identities colliding under modern preparation. But the intense talk about Tyson unleashing power under Cordero suddenly runs into Daniel Cormier's reaction, and it feels like a cold splash of reality. DC isn't speaking as a hype man. He's speaking as a combat athlete who understands the math of danger. The moment Cormier says we need to slow down, it's hard not to agree. That's not negativity. That's perspective cutting through spectacle.
I didn't touch my gun. Hedge it.
He even compares the situation to something as absurd as Jake Paul fighting Gervonta Davis, and then pushes the point even further. You can hear the disbelief in his voice when he mentions a 200-pound presence facing a historically smaller technical genius. That's not just a size difference, that's physics versus finesse. Cormier also references Roy Jones Jr. saying, "That's Mike." What stands out most is when DC questions the motivation behind the fight, pointing out that neither man actually needs the money. That raises an interesting thought. This doesn't feel like desperation. It feels more like legacy theater mixed with competitive ego.
I respect these two men so great a degree that it's hard for me to almost make negative statements about them. But I think that our job as talking heads is to tell you the truth, regardless of how much you admire someone or the applause and adulation you have for them. You got to tell them the truth.
When he asks how you market an exhibition as a real fight, it becomes one of the sharpest points in the discussion. Fans want intensity, but exhibitions promise control. Cormier reminds everyone that viewers tune in hoping to see skill and damage combined. It's an uncomfortable truth, but it's honest. Meanwhile, Tyson himself hints that the fight could be legendary, while Cormier doubts the level of real violence involved. That creates a fascinating paradox. One side is selling mythology, while the other questions the realism. The health angle DC raises, about Floyd risking everything against a naturally heavier puncher, isn't drama. It's simple logic. Now we're left in a strange middle ground where greatness meets spectacle economics, danger meets discipline, hype meets practicality. And the calmer Cormier sounds while calling the idea ridiculous, the more serious the matchup actually feels.
When Mike fought Jake Paul, a lot was made of him being 58 years old. He's in tremendous shape. I mean, I saw him, and even in there, right, he couldn't get going at the rate that he expected. But early, he was fighting like Mike Tyson. Fighting like Mike Tyson. Floyd Mayweather's much younger, but he's so much smaller. So I get why Mike is like, yo, I don't know what this dude wants to do. Because there was a world where no one would ever thought that those guys would end up in the ring.
That uneasy realism Cormier introduced suddenly shifts into blunt skepticism the moment Wade begins speaking. Now, it's not just concern. It's disbelief mixed with sarcasm. When Wade jokes that he has no words and then immediately says he actually has too many, it perfectly captures how bizarre Tyson versus Mayweather feels within the logic of 2026 boxing. He brings up Tyson barely moving during the Jake Paul fight, and it's hard to ignore that image. We're talking about a nearly 60-year-old heavyweight legend possibly sharing the ring with a naturally smaller defensive master who built his career on not getting hit. When Wade describes the situation as a stumble and a bungle instead of a historic spectacle, it sounds harsh, but it also reflects the anxiety many fans feel. What becomes more interesting is when he shifts from spectacle to finances, mentioning lawsuits, debt rumors, and the growing number of exhibitions.
Again, they don't need money. I imagine, though, it's going to be a boatload of money. And no one would turn away $20 million or whatever those guys may make. I don't know what they're going to make, but they're going to make an insane amount of money. But they have money. Because one thing I do know we won't see is Mike just starts Floyd Mayweather. Because could you imagine if he just knocks out Floyd, and Floyd's that much smaller, the visual? Hell, it would be the most viewed thing you ever see on TV.
Now the narrative starts shifting from legacy to business survival. The tone becomes uncomfortable, not hateful, just heavy. Wade even says he hopes both fighters get paid well, while still sounding disappointed. That's a conflicted perspective many fans share. His skepticism about exhibitions delivering real intensity echoes the earlier doubts about authenticity. Hype promises danger, but reality often delivers controlled nostalgia. The most interesting contradiction is that Wade admits he'll still watch the fight despite calling it disappointing. That's modern boxing fandom in a single sentence. Curiosity battling logic. Respect for legends colliding with the undeniable reality of time catching up. When he frames the event less as a competitive fight and more as a risky legacy spectacle, the excitement doesn't disappear. It just becomes cautious, like we're watching history through a complicated emotional lens.
His name value carried that fight, and it did a crazy number. I'm sure he'll make a crazy number here, but Floyd Mayweather is the one that seems like he needs the money more right now. Our guy, Andreas Hale, wrote a story that is kind of went somewhat viral. That's crazy, the laugh faces. Although Floyd Mayweather Jr. made hundreds of millions of dollars from his professional boxing career and topped the Forbes list as the highest paid athlete from 2012 to 2014, the boxer is said to have been shortchanged and filed a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against Showtime. The lawsuit filed Tuesday, and obtained by ESPN seeks to recover hundreds of millions of dollars, misappropriated funds, and damages resulting from a long-running and elaborate scheme of financial fraud, breaches in fiduciary duty, and conspiracy orchestrated by Floyd J. Mayweather's former manager and advisor, Al Haymon.
That conflicted tone about spectacle versus legacy becomes sharper the moment Johnny Nelson begins speaking. Now, it's not just fan emotion. It's veteran logic entering the conversation. When Johnny says, "This feels personal between Tyson and Floyd," it completely shifts the narrative. Suddenly, the exhibition doesn't feel like a circus anymore. It feels like an ego-driven chess match with heavy gloves. He hints that pride might push Mike beyond common sense. And honestly, that statement lands harder than any promotional hype because it acknowledges the psychological drive behind legends agreeing to something this unusual. Johnny then calmly explains the age dynamic. Floyd is still active, still hitting the bag, still moving smoothly. Meanwhile, Mike, at 59, relies more on instinct, power, and aura than sustained ring pace.
It's super disappointing that two legends of the sport have to do this still. I said it in the Jake Paul-Mike Tyson fight. I'll say it here. You can't put lipstick on a pig with these two especially. We know what we get from Mike. We know what we get from Floyd. This is going to be absolutely nothing. Like, we're going to sit here and watch nothing. And yeah, I'm going to watch it for sure, I'm going to cover it if it's just for the sole reason of saying, yeah, this is not what we need, and highlighting what can happen to this new generation of fighters that are getting paid very well. They don't manage their money properly.
Johnny paints the picture without raising his voice. Younger legs, smaller frame, constant movement, versus an older powerhouse searching for one clean moment. That's pure cinematic tension. When he says fans will watch with their eyes even while complaining about the fight, it perfectly captures boxing psychology. We criticize it, debate it endlessly, and still tune in as if we're witnessing a live argument inside the ring. The reality becomes even clearer when Johnny admits money and livelihood are part of the equation. Suddenly, the legacy debate collides with practical reality. The conversation shifts from should they fight to why wouldn't they if the payday is massive? Add his reminder that Father Time never negotiates with style, and the fight stops sounding like fantasy violence. Instead, it feels like a collision of pride, business, and nostalgia.
Well, if there are rules, nobody's going to stick to them. I don't believe in a million years Floyd Mayweather is going to stick to any script that's been written in regards to this exhibition. And I don't think Mike will either. I don't think, if there's anything scripted, allegedly, they said with Mike and Jake Paul, I don't think whatever's written down, there's going to be anybody sticking to the rules, because this is beyond what we see on TV. This is beyond this is personal. These two guys work together.
When you step back and look at the full picture, Tyson's intense training, Floyd's sharp preparation, Cormier's reality check, Wade's skepticism, and Johnny Nelson's calm analysis, it stops feeling like a simple exhibition. IT begins to look more like a psychological event wrapped inside a boxing match. One fighter preparing controlled aggression, the other refining timeless discipline and ring intelligence. Meanwhile, analysts question the physics, the purpose, and the egos behind it all. Is a spectacle? Is it a risky legacy moment?
Still physically can move about the ring and do what he has to do. I think for Mike Tyson, he's going to be very frustrated. He will want to lay a shot on him to get rid of him, but unfortunately, you slow down, Father Time gets the better of us all. And even though I think when it comes to a fan's favourite, I'm quite sure most of the fans I'd love to see Mike Tyson put Floyd in his place, and that's probably what will be the attraction as well. But you've got to remember, Mike Tyson's 59 years old. You've got to remember, Floyd Mayweather is still hitting the bag in the gym. He's still moving around, even though he's 48 years old. So you've got to remember that. So you're going to buy into it, no matter how disgusting you think this fight is, no matter what complaints you have about it, you're going to buy into it.
Or is it competitive pride disguised as an exhibition? The truth is, it might be all those things at once. That's what makes the situation fascinating. A strange intersection where myth, business, ego, preparation, and reality collide at the same time. A heavyweight legend sharpening his intensity, a defensive genius maintaining elite sharpness, and a boxing world divided between excitement and concern. That tension alone makes this story feel bigger than a typical exhibition conversation. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about it. And don't forget to like,